Hello friends and foes, I just made an 11-minute vlog for you all, and then I went to watch it and I realized that my camera was recording on time warp mode, or whatever it was, so that video is totally not gonna go anywhere, so I'm gonna re-record it for you now, with a coffee. It's early in the morning, it's like 8 a.m., and I decided let me come on here and kind of give everyone an update about what's been going on since my last video at the Baltimore Gladiators, which everyone saw. I actually got a decent number of subscribers after that show. I suck at this vlog thing. I'm trying to get better, but so I really want to thank you all who subscribed to me after seeing my Baltimore show and just all the kind words that everyone said to me about that show. There's a lot of potential competitors here on YouTube, so it's really awesome. Definitely keep following my channel if you're interested in competing, because I want to try and get more videos out for you as I get more comfortable doing this sort of vlogging thing. Hold on. Okay. So, pretty much what's been going on. Tomorrow I will be 5 weeks out from NPC Junior Nationals, which is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I have been pretty much on prep the whole time. I've been slowly increasing my food from my last show because I want to try and build out my glutes a bit more and show up better than I showed up to the Gladiator, because this is Nationals and the girls that come to Nationals are not playing around, and I'm not playing around either, bitch. So Bikini girls, bring it. But I'm very proud about how I've been looking, about what's been going on. So yeah, I booked my hotel the other day for Chattanooga. Didn't have to pay for it yet. I booked my flight. I did not pay for registration yet. And I'm coming on here today to talk about regret, in a way. This is something that I dealt with my first year competing back in 2015. I got nationally qualified at my second show. And back in 2015, the physiques were much different than they are today. So in 2015, when I won my show, I was like, all right, I'm going to take some time to build over the summer, and then I will go for nationals in the fall. I was like, not thinking, oh, maybe I should just go right into nationals. I was thinking I still probably want to grow a bit more and get better. And so I took the time away, and then I never made it to the national stage that year. And now this year rolls by, 6 years since I've been competing last, and I win my overall at the first show, which was my goal. My goal is always to win. If you're doing this sport and your goal is not to be first, you probably should choose a different sport, because this is a competition. This is not a talent show. This is not like, let me go on stage and just show the world how much weight I lost in the past 12 weeks. Like, you're there to compete against who has the best shape, the best size, the best development, whatever it is. So I, won the Baltimore Gladiator, and I was really planning on doing the Clash, which was a couple weeks later, but I work for myself. I work full-time. I don't have a sponsor. I don't have, people paying my way into this sport like a lot of competitors have, so it's expensive, especially when you're traveling for shows. So my last show was probably like $1,000 when all was said and done, and I just didn't really have the funds hanging around to then 3 weeks later take the time off work as well again and have to get another hotel room in Orlando and flight and all that. But then when I saw the winners and the overall winner of the Orlando Clash, I was like, fuck, I should have done that show. And that happens a lot for the past couple of years. Even when I wasn't competing, there have been times when I've looked at winners of shows and been like, fuck, I wish I was at that show. I should have competed at that show. Because once you have it in your heart and you, love this sport, you will never, look at a competitor or people on stage again and not, compare what you look like or could have looked like to them. It's just what it's like to be a competitor. And so I don't want to have any more regret or, any of that emotion living in my heart and on my soul for the rest of this year. So I will do whatever is possible to get to these shows to win my pro card. Despite doing all the work that comes, that, that is, what is the word? The work will never end. That's not even what I'm thinking about, but it's just, the opportunity and the availability to get to these shows, like, even though some are like 3 weeks apart from each other, national shows, like, I have to find a way to make it work. Obviously, I would love to win my pro card at NPC Junior Nationals, but who knows? So I have to go in there with just an open mind and hope for the best, but not be totally disheartened if I don't win or if I don't place or whatever. You know, I just have to see what happens and see how I really stack amongst these other girls that are going to be there. But this weekend is actually NPC Junior USA's, which I am qualified for. I could have done. I should have done. So now I'm sitting in Staten Island, New York this whole weekend, and I'll be looking at all the pictures of all the girls at NPC Junior USA's, wishing I would have just bucked up the money and done it and just went to the show in South Carolina and tried for my pro card now. But I didn't. So I'm sitting home like a jerk off for this whole weekend. I still have 5 weeks before the next national show, but I guarantee I'm going to use these 5 weeks as much as I can to my advantage and really, really, really bring the best version of me ever to Junior Nationals. Because I just don't want to feel this regret of missing another national show ever again. I already know I'm going to feel it all weekend. I'm going to look at the winners, and I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to be like, damn, I should have went, I should have competed, I should have tried. Maybe I would have won, depending on who wins, because it really just depends on who shows up that day. So, if I show up that day, bitch, it's over. But I'm not there, so, man, don't do what I did. Like, learn from my feelings right now, and you don't want to feel like I feel. Go do the show. If you're ready, coast into the show. Like, don't make any massive stupid changes that are gonna fuck up your progress and bring you further back to your end goal. My end goal is getting my pro card, so taking time after being prepped and winning a show to revert back to body fat and have to do that whole process over to be 1% better at the next show, it's very, very difficult, and it's not really the smartest idea. So just keep rolling. If you're winning an overall, if you're winning a show, the judges obviously like what they see. Continue coasting in, get feedback at the next show, do what you gotta do. So that's my goal, 5 weeks out. I'm doing the DIY Pro Tan this next show. I bought the whole kit. Thank you, Lauren Danamiller, for the promo code, because it was like $80-something for the whole DIY kit. Whereas if I were to get a regular Pro Tan spray tan with probably 3 coats, it's like $200 at, a show. So I want to... Most people I've been noticing throughout the past, year that I've gotten back into this sport, most people do their own tan. A lot of pros do the DIY Pro Tan, so I'm going to try it out this show. I don't know if anyone's going to be with me at this show again. I really, really, really would love to have my sister come with me, but she's kind of being annoying, so we'll see if she shows up or if I wind up standing there in my hotel room tanning my own back by myself on the night before the show. But Pro Tan did give me a free back tanning thing, which was nice. So yeah, what else has been going on? I opened a competition jewelry company as well. So I needed something to kind of channel my creativity. That's, not my job. I work for an IT company, so I needed something more blingy and pretty to also entertain my mind. So I opened a competition jewelry company. It's for competitors like myself. It's for pageant girls, drag queens, singers, performers, anyone who wants super glam, beautiful jewelry. I built relationships with 2 different wholesalers out in China, so I've been getting these amazing products sent. So you could check out my website, stagelightjewelry.com. It's up, it's ready, it's good to go. I'm looking for stage light stars, if you will, ambassadors for my company. So if you are a pro athlete, if you are a nationally qualified athlete, if you are an amateur athlete planning on doing a show with a decent amount of followers, I would definitely like to talk to you. I haven't put any money into ads or anything like that. Everything that I'm getting on the website or on my social media is totally organic, so I want to try and build it out that way before I start putting a bunch of money into ads that may or may not work. So I'm excited to be doing that. I have over 100 different styles that I've tested and worn and dropped and made sure that this jewelry is good quality. A lot of the styles that I'm getting are the same styles that you're seeing on the Olympia stage. It's the same exact jewelry. It's just from a different company. It's from me instead of glam competition jewelry or something like that. So the quality is the same. If you're seeing it on Janet, if you're seeing it on Laura Lee, I probably carry it in my store. So I'm trying to get that name out there a little bit and also provide a little bit better pricing than the big competition jewelry company does, because there's really only one or two other bigger companies in our niche that are doing what I'm doing, so I want to try and do it as well. So buy your jewelry from me. You can also use code SHINE15 at checkout for 15% off, and it's free shipping over $50, so you really can't go wrong. What else? Suit. Okay, so my last show, you guys saw that I wore my green suit, and as you guys can see, I don't have boobs. I don't have big boobs, and that was something on show day that was probably like the biggest, most annoying inconvenience, because number one, so I am an Asia Competition Bikinis not sponsored athlete, but ambassador or whatever they call them, because I do like their suits. I would like to work with them and promote their suits, but I'm not sure if I made the mistake of getting the wrong suit top or if that's just what it is for everyone, but I got a small suit top, and the whole day I'm sitting and readjusting my boobs, and also I had to fill that suit top out with pillow stuffing, and I got these like silicone enhancers. And when all was said and done, it gave me a little bit of a boost up top, sure, but like there wasn't enough material within the actual top itself to stuff as much as I really would have liked. So I think that if I buy a suit in the future from them, I would definitely get the medium top for myself, so I have a little bit extra material to use to stuff and accentuate, because the whole show I'm readjusting myself, I'm moving my boobs up, I'm like, doing whatever, and then I'm ruining the whole tan on my chest every time I do that, and I have to keep going to the girl backstage to touch me up. And the more they touch you up, the worse the tan really looks, because it's not meant to be layered and layered and rubbed out and layered and rubbed out, but you gotta do what you gotta do when you're going on stage, and when you look like shitty mud on your chest, like there's not a lot that they could do. So I kind of just dealt with that, and I learned that the hard way. So the next show, my top is a small. Do I go and spend the money on a medium top to match my bottom and like try that, or do I just know from experience that I can't really adjust myself much, so just it is what it is in the boob department, and like make sure my shoulders and my glutes show up for me because my boobs aren't? Like, it's a shitty situation, because us small chested girls, we're swimming in a sea of implants, and I have nothing against implants. I would get implants actually, but it just hasn't happened for me yet. So I would love to have big boobs and get implants and feel confident on stage, because it's the worst feeling when you're spending all this time and all these months prepping yourself and dieting and training and busting your ass for a bikini competition, just to wind up putting on your bikini and feeling like shit and feeling like a friggin' teenage boy, because I don't have the cleavage to make me feel as feminine as I want to. So yeah, that's something to consider as well when it comes to suits. Shoes, I'm gonna say I bought my shoes from Pleaser. They're the same exact shoes that you're gonna get from any of the shoe companies that sell competition shoes. They're from Fabulicious. So the shoe itself is great. But when I was on stage at the Baltimore Gladiator, my posing was off simply because I was slipping all over the place. Those shoes were slipping all over the stage, and when I stepped on stage, I almost busted my ass. Like, my legs were like a baby flamingo, wiggling like this, because I could not be, like, sturdy enough. Granted, I was nervous, and I'm sure that was part of it, and my adrenaline was pumping. But once I had gotten first place in my class, like, my confidence kicked in, and I was like, all right, it's time to show up at this overall. And I was still slipping. Although I was ready to pose, I knew I had it, I was like, I'm good, But just the actual floor meets platform was not fun. I was wobbling and shaking. It was hard to walk. It was hard to think about posing, because I'm more thinking about grounding my feet on the floor so I don't go out from under me. So this time around going into this show, I'm really, really trying to practice posing on different surfaces because I'm not sure what the surface is going to be on the stage at the NPC Junior Nationals. They did post a video that the stage looks really cool. If that's what the stage looks like for that show, it looks like an Olympia stage where you kind of walk out from the center and then you do your posing routine, as opposed to coming out from the side, hitting the center, and doing your thing. So if we're like all backstage behind this wall and then we're all coming out from the center, that does give us a little bit more time to show off our walk and our posing. But it really just depends on the flow of the show and how they actually say that's going to work. But I would love that if we could emerge from the center of stage like it's an Olympia show. That would be amazing. So I'm excited for that, if that's the case. I'm excited to not bust my ass again on stage. I'm going to have a bunch of jewelry to pick from for show, so that's cool. Going to do my own tan. Airplane is booked. Yada yada. I'm trying to think anything else that's been going on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you guys a short, well, it's 16 minutes now, a 16-minute update about what's been going on recently. I'm not going to probably do any more in this video. I'm just going to upload this right away and start another vlog tomorrow, because tomorrow is 5 weeks out, baby. So, yeah. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Friday. I am considering getting the vaccine today. I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead and do it because the 28-day mark from today for the second dose for the Moderna vaccine would be peak week for me heading into nationals. So I'm not sure if I am going to move forward with that vaccine and weigh the risk of fucking up my whole peak week and months worth of progress for this damn vaccine. But I also don't want to wear masks in public places anymore. And I believe they had said yesterday that if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks in public places anymore. So, I don't know if I should go ahead and start that process or just pretend I'm fully vaccinated, which is probably what everyone is going to do. Or if I should really just get vaccinated or not. It's so much to think about. Not going to open this can of worms in this vlog of this conversation, but if anyone has any experience getting the Moderna vaccine as a 32-year-old woman with endometriosis and chronic illness, who leads a fitness lifestyle and is on peak week for a show, let me know how that turned out for you so I can see if that's a good idea for me as well. I could deal with like a swollen or a sore arm for a couple days, but if I'm like sick or knocked out of commission at all, it's not worth it for me to get it, because I haven't been sick this whole time with COVID, but I'm going to get sick for getting a vaccine and then fuck up my whole progress and months worth of prepping just to maybe not get sick. I don't know. So yeah, 18 minutes has just hit. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I love you all. Thanks so much for everyone that's been subscribing, all you new subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. If you are liking what you see, definitely subscribe to this video, like this video, do all those things that YouTubers say. I will see you guys in the 5 week out video. Peace. That was my dog.